welcome to Guilty Pleasure. If you guys remember in a previous video, a couple months ago, I said that I was going to do a negative movie reviews segment called Guilty Pleasure. And I know what you guys are probably thinking. Guilty pleasure is not often used as a negative topic. It's used as, you look at a movie, it's so bad, but it's entertaining to watch. You can't help but enjoy it. Well, this is just something that's completely unoriginal that I thought, why not just use anyway in title of my bad movie reviews anyway. And it's sort of inspired from, if you're ever familiar with the YouTuber Chris Stuckman, he used to do Hilariosity reviews, and since he doesn't do them anymore, I thought, why not bring my own style? And if I know a movie's bad, I'm feeling guilty about talking about the movie because I know it's terrible and bad. But if I have the energy to talk about it, and I really have to, I'm having the pleasure to talk about it. And since that, we have a new Garfield movie coming out, called The Garfield Movie. I thought it was time to look at the two Bill Murray Garfield movies, starting with Garfield the movie that came out in 2004. Yeah, there's a Garfield the movie, then there's a The Garfield movie coming out this year. 20 years apart, wow. Titles upon titles. Yeah, watched this when I was a kid, but yeah, Garfield the movie, not very good. But part of me as a child didn't really care if a movie was bad or not, because I just watched movies for fun when I was a kid. As of an adult right now, I tend to look at them as thing to look at and investigate, and engage with. So the movie starts off with Garfield and John, the owner of Garfield, John Arbuckle. You see photos of them. It's Monday morning, and yeah, there goes Garfield. I hate Mondays. Yeah, I do too. Yeah, some cringy dialogue. Here's what I will say though. I never really. This was like my first introduction to Garfield, to say the least, even though it sounds crazy. I did come across the two TV shows, the 70s, 80s cartoon, and then of course the Garfield show, which are the two TV shows. And I will admit though, from the original TV show, Bill Murray does sound like the original Garfield. And yet, I think the voice acting is fine, to say the least. But the CGI on Garfield, oh my god, it looks so unreal. So basically what happens throughout the course of the movie, John buys another pet, but this time it's a dog called Odie. And so while John is starting to give Odie some attention, Garfield gets a bit enraged by that, very similar to Toy Story, where Andy gets a Buzz Lightyear for his birthday. Woody gets enraged because he feels as if Buzz Lightyear is getting more attention. Very, very similar to Garfield the movie, and you can really tell Toy Story did it better. Because, to say the least, guys, this does not feel like Garfield at all. Like, even the dog Odie itself does clearly not look like Odie whatsoever. You do get the other characters in Garfield, like Liz, John's love interest. You get Normal. Then you get Luca, who is sort of Garfield's arch nemesis. Then you have the main protagonist of the movie, the villain, Happy Chapman, who basically wants to have a talented dog on a show. So, and he basically does in a telegraph building in a city, and wants to have a future having a dog show with dogs. Because of course Garfield takes Odie to a dog show, literally just called the dog show, nothing original. And of course Garfield, being Garfield, just completely wrecks it, and then gets back and wrecks the whole house. When I was a kid, I was roaring with laughter how hilarious that is, you know. So I wonder if John had this feeling if he wrecked the dog show as well as the house, that they kicked him out, and then Garfield then goes in to the house and kicks Odie out because he thinks he's the only pet. Of course, I'm doing spoilers in case you haven't seen Garfield. I mean, it's up to you if you want to watch it. I don't care anyway. It's not that good of a movie anyway. But it's your choice, I guess. Then Garfield finds Odie on TV with Happy Chapman, and so finds exactly where he is, and then Garfield tries to go off into the city and get Odie back. And so Garfield's missing as well. And so John Arbuckle is missing his two pets and gets Liz to help him out. And so this movie just is so bad, you know. It's not the worst movie I've ever seen, you know. I think there was potential to making this movie. I mean, the voice acting's okay. I mean, I'd say it's probably best aspects, but then again, the characters do not feel like the characters as they were in their TV shows, you know. So, of course, later in the film, Happy Chapman takes Odie onto a train to go to New York. Then Garfield, as well as his owner John Arbuckle and then Liz, are trying to get Odie back along with Garfield. So Garfield goes into the control panel, which controls every train, and then eventually saves Odie. And then before all this happens, Garfield gets captured by some sort of animal security guy, and with all these other animals. Those animals show up later to take down Happy Chapman as well. And if all of you would have had Happy Chapman at least dead or just chewed, but no, they put the electric collar on his neck. So while Happy Chapman is taking Odie to this future, as he calls it, he tries to put a collar on Odie's neck, which is electric collar. But of course they're saved, and yep, that's the bad movie over. And yeah, there's a lot of cringy scenes where Garfield and Odie are dancing, you know, whatever. You know, they're dancing in the living room. You know, it's cheesy stuff to say the least. But yeah, Garfield, a movie that I used to really like when I was a kid, but as an adult, I kind of started to pick up why people didn't like it so much. Yeah. But look out for my review, my next Guilty Pleasure segment, which shall be Garfield 2, or Garfield, A Tale of Two Kitties. But there you go, guys. That is my first segment in my Guilty Pleasure segment. That being my review on Garfield the movie that came out in 2004. So guys, comment down below, let me know what you guys think of Garfield the movie. Did you have a soft spot when you were a kid? I mean, tell your background with this movie. Have a great conversation in the comments. I don't know. But as always, guys, if you're new here, please feel free to comment, like, subscribe, share this video, and notify that bell before you leave. I do movie review on a daily basis. And if you're a returner on this channel, welcome back and hope you are enjoying my content still. And yeah, if new release movie reviews I'm not going to be able to do all the time, this Guilty Pleasure segment, these bad movie reviews, negativity, is just a wee backup as much, and I will do my regular movie reviews as well, just to give you guys a heads up. But anyways, as always, until my next video, I shall see you then, and peace.